Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. And I'm back here with another video. It's going to be my update to my Marksman Hunter journey here in the War Within. So I think I found my spot. I think we kind of talked about that last time. But it's going to be my spot hanging out for the foreseeable future. And this is going to be for, I guess, preseason week 2, I guess is what I'm going to go ahead and call it. I've got some fun stuff in store for you guys, particularly any of you guys that PvP. So I am going to really make it a point to do a lot more PvP content. I won't have like guides or anything. I might just have like a real quick like 5-minute build, what I prefer for like arena and for BGs, but I will be trying to get the elite set this week this season, which will be 1800 or higher in PvP. So I've been there before. I've been to Rival before, so I think I can do it. We'll just have to see how much time it takes, because that's usually the problem. But Rend and I might be trying to do some BGs, trying to do some arena, that sort of thing, to see if we can get a little bit of PvP content here on my channel. All right, so there's that. I'll probably be playing some Dark Ranger for that, so that'll be kind of fun. But looking at my week in review, and also, I did say that Mythics open next week in this last video I posted late. That is not the case, so that's my mistake. I don't try to share misinformation. Mythics come out with the start of the season. So that again, that was my bad. I don't mean to give you guys bad information. But in the meantime, heroics are spammable. So right now, my item level is 562, or excuse me, 582. Had a huge jump from last week. I have a couple of epic items now. I got my weapon up to 593. I got both of my trinkets. So the trinkets that I'm shooting for are the Sacbrood, like everybody and their mother, and then the Signet of the Priory, there we go, as well. It's kind of like it's a pretty decent trinket. It's going to give you crit, like I think it's, let me see, how much crit does it give us? Basically it gives us like 37% crit, and if you have True Shot up, for example, like you're already well into the 40% chance to crit. And I've just been doing some dungeons. I've only posted one dungeon run so far. I will post a couple of more. If there's a certain dungeon you guys would like to see me run on Heroic and just to talk about, particularly like cooldown usage, please leave me a comment down below. I want to hear that feedback from you guys. Hey, that was a cool mount that popped up there real quick. But yeah, so I've been just trying to prioritize my weapon. My 2 trinkets. That was my goal. I did manage to rank up this shoulder piece. I really shouldn't have, because I could have bought the veteran gear that were the shoulders from Rep, but it is what it is. This next coming week, I'm going to try to spend a bit more of my Valor crests or Valor stones, I should say, to pump up some of these items until they're at least 580, because 580 doesn't require any crests. So I can definitely pump each one of these items up. I got my ring up as well there, but I ran out of crests because you can only get, I think it's 90 a week. That means you're gonna spend, I think it's 30 to get your items up. Maybe it's 60. I haven't been with it too much, but all I know is I was able to get my my trinkets, my weapon. Those were the priority, and then this one really good ring, which drops out of the Rookery, that Hoop of the Blighted. It's a heavy crit, but then it's got a pretty good amount of mastery as well. And then I've had some questions on stat priority, and I wanted to address that real quick. So if you don't like a low haste build, don't run one. Like, just put more haste into your build. That's totally fine. Basically, a crit mastery build will sim the best. It'll do the most damage, but it is harder to play, particularly if you're not familiar with the spec, or you're just not familiar with the dungeons that you're doing, or the raid boss eventually, or whatever like that. So if you have to start and stop a lot, Haste helps with that. It helps with focus regeneration, not as much as some of the other specs, but it does help that, and of course those cast times. We have a bunch of Haste steroids in our kit. And so I did want to mention that as well. So there are, in the Mythic Plus build, there are 4 flex picks that you can choose from. You just have 2 points to spend on those 4. And those would be one of the ammos. I'm going to put those together collectively. Then you have Steady Focus if you absolutely want to run that. Your Tactical Reload, and then Hydra's Bite. Those are the 4 picks. I guess technically you could do Careful Aim, but I wouldn't personally. I would always keep that. Particularly helps with your single target damage when that's something that we kind of falter with anyway. So it can use all the help it can get. But for me, personally, I'm going to probably run with my Hydra's Bite and then probably Tactical Reload. I might move that Tactical Reload around to pick up my ammo. I'm personally not going to run with Steady Focus in AoE. I barely want to do it in single target. But I do understand that between having that 8% haste, which you are casting a lot more steady shots, and then also having that 8% haste from In the Rhythm, you have a lot more just haste steroids in your build. So because of that, it allows you to run with less haste. That way you can attack slower but hit much harder. And I'm seeing some really great damage in dungeons right now, even before I got the best trinkets and pumped up my gear. My goal is to try to get to probably like 585 by this time next week. I do have one purchased item, that veteran piece. I believe Depleting Brilliance. I think this was. I think this is the Arathi group. I believe it is. Either that or it's Gunder whatever. I forget. I don't even remember everybody's name yet. Down in the Ringing Deeps. The Gundergaz, there we go. I think it might be from them. Either way, there is a total of at least 3 items that you can get. 2 of them are statted pretty decently, but I mean, there's really no bad stats for us on our Marksman Hunter. This next coming week, we did get a full spark this last week, like I thought. We're going to get another half spark this week, so that means when Raid comes out, not tomorrow, but in a week after that, we'll be able to craft that POW gun and then put that embellishment on there. And I've already got my Dark Moon deck Vivacity. I can say it right. I'm sorry for saying it wrong over the last couple of videos. People have called me out on that, so thank you for that. Keep me honest. But I have that. I'm getting ready to get that made into the embellishment once those prices go down. But really, I've been prepping my leatherworking. I'm up to 75 now. I've been prepping my leatherworking to make the either wrist, belt, or boots. One of those 3 options. And we should start seeing some vaults here in the coming weeks. That way I will have a little bit more to talk about in this video. But all in all, that's what I've been doing. I'm just working on professions, working on the story. I'm kind of actually behind on that. To be completely honest with you, I've done a few heroics this week, but really focused on my professions, and then working on PvP. It's going to be backseat, but it will be something I'm trying to talk about and at least participate in each week as I get more gear and then eventually start working on Conquest once this season starts. But how are you guys enjoying your Marksman Hunter so far? Be sure and leave me feedback down below. Let me know what you're up to, what you would like to see in future versions of this video. I'm going to try to cover what's on my mind and just hang out with you guys, and I thank you guys so much for supporting me here on YouTube. And the War Within is going to be an amazing expansion. I can see it now, except if there's a mountain your way. There we go. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. This is where I would say best of luck in your vault, but don't have those quite yet. I can't wait to see what's in the box here in a couple. I guess it'd be like, 3 weeks now to do that. But either way, it'll be here before you know it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week this next week. Best of luck in heroics, and then the week after that, you will see mythics. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.